Got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Let this room fill up, Cowboy Nation. We still got nothing but love for the Dallas Cowboys, regardless of the situation, whether it be misery. And we already know that when we look at this team, the games that we should win, we kind of crumble a little bit. I'm more worried a little bit about when it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, those type of things. Cowboy Nation know that we try to kill a mouse with a machine gun and we try to kill an elephant with a toothpick. Sometimes we overanalyze, we overthink a lot of things. And as Cowboys fans, some people can say that we are delusional for still supporting this team after a slew of years of heartaches and trials and tribulations and those type of things. However, we must change our approach to this thing. Cowboys really need to change their makeup and how they see this game. We have to look at it like, hey, we up against the NFL. Everybody that we play is our natural enemy. The officials, we can't look for calls to go in a certain flavor or a certain way. Yeah, Evan said we need to clean house. Maybe you can say that, but I'm looking at it from these parameters, Cowboy Nation. Even though we lost the other day against the mighty Patriots on their turf while it was raining, while Dak Prescott realized, oh, I need gloves to hold the ball correctly. We still need to change our approach to this game. In order for us to go far, we have to change a lot of things. We're not going to need, look, Cowboy Nation, we can't expect to get calls. We can't expect to get rough in the passer or as it relates to when our quarterback got the ball, right? We can't expect for certain pass interference to swing our way, tripping calls to go in our favor. Everybody knows that when you playing with that silver and blue on, with that star in your helmet, you got to go against Roger Goodell's. And I think that this approach to this game, although I'm all in favor of getting rid of Jason Garrett, I'm about tired of it. Everybody knows that I've been preaching that for the couple of years now. Even when we're winning, it seemed like it's a painful process. And for those who like the situation, when those goes out and say, well, we were 13-3, where we saying that then? But it was painfully watching 13-3 that year. It's painful to watch this team play at times. We just really can't wake up in the morning and say, okay, we already know that there's parity in the league, but we can be playing. Look, next week, like, for example, put it like this. We can be actually playing, instead of the Bills this on Thursday, we can be playing the Cincinnati Bengals. There's not a Cowboy fan that's going to, probably one or two of you all, that's going to say, hey, I'm feeling extremely confident that the Dallas Cowboys are going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals are going to play the Dallas Cowboys like, hey, this is their Super Bowl. If we were playing the Cincinnati Bengals, but we're playing against the Bills, I know that. So when I'm talking about this team, Cowboy Nation, is that for the last several years, we just never been confident because we play down to the level of competition that when we play against our suspect team, and then we play up to the level of competition when we play against a good team. Last night, the defense did show up. That play that we probably would like to have back against my guy Byron Jones versus the rookie. Yeah, we would love to have that back, but collectively speaking, if they didn't have a short field, you see, well, maybe, just maybe. But now, when I talk like that, it's reaching for straws because now we've been saying the same thing. If has been the biggest word used in Dallas of all time. If this would have happened, if Dez would have counted, you see, if Tupac was still alive. We've been using if left and right. And we just go back to saying that comfortable syndrome. It's like the Stockholm syndrome. Maybe the person that kidnapped the Dallas Cowboys franchise is now we falling in love with them. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the scenario, we became comfortable with being average. And then we began to make excuses and trying to put it against the fans versus the narrative that's driven from the ESPNs of the world and the NFL Network and First Take and Last Take, whatever take they got out there now. And we keep feeding and feeding into this situation. And now when we have an honest or an objective thought pattern against the Dallas Cowboys, we are the delusional ones. when we supposed to expect greatness. But however, we look at this thing like we are the ones for calling out a spade a spade. We are the ones that's delusional. When we look back at coaching and we look back at the philosophy of this team, we have to say to ourselves, honestly and objectively, we're just not making good moves as it relates to the total team. Yes, the talk track in the news right now is saying that the special team coach, he needs to be gone. He needs to go. That's what I'm hearing from all of the four corners of the world from the Cowboys fans out there. We need to get rid of the special team coach. Who's coaching the special team coach? What meetings he's in? Huh? Last I checked, the head, everything rests on the head. That's the head coach. You can say to yourself, yeah, Jerry Jones is the GM, he's the owner. But at some point, don't a kid, even a child, don't he raise up and look at his father and say, hey, it's time for me to challenge you at this point? Jerry Jones need to be challenged even by Jason Garrett. If Jason Garrett, knowing that he don't have the troops around him to make himself successful, shouldn't at some point he look at it and say, hell, if I'm going down, can I at least go down on my watch, go down on my set of thoughts? But all I saw, and I challenge anybody, go back, look at the film. Go back and look at successful coaching. When the temperature is hot, look what they're doing on the sideline. They're not just sitting there staring. They're not sitting there calm, cool, and relaxed. Look, the most thing that I took away from this loss the other day, and I'm not trying to point all of the fingers at Jason Garrett, but the most thing that I took back from it is that when we were losing, everybody on the sideline had like a scowl on their face, an evil look, ferocious type of flavor going on. And Jason Garrett is like, hey, this is the utopia of life. This is what I should be doing. And he's smiling. When he shook Bill Belichick's hand at the end of the game, he's smiling. All I wanted Jason Garrett to do is just have a little skull or something. Let us know that you feeling this loss like we feel it. But you see, it's like the lottery of life. When you are given everything and you're not earning anything, everything you're going to look at it like, hey, extra icing on the cake. I don't care what nobody say to me from this point on about Jason Garrett. He was given his opportunity. He never earned it. Never earned it. You can't find me where he earned his opportunity to coach for the America's team. We demand excellency. We do. But however, we feel comfortable making this thing a buddy-buddy club. And is he a horrible guy, Lord? No, he's not. Wonderful guy. Brilliant. Masterful. However, Jerry Jones doesn't look out there and say, well, I want to accept average. I want to be able to buy an average stadium. I want to be able to buy an average workout facility. However, he went and got the best. And we supposed to believe that Jason Garrett is the best at his position. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. You go out there and buy all of these luxury things, like a wonderful yacht, beautiful helicopter that can get you from Frisco to Backdoor Fort Worth within a nanosecond almost. Why didn't you pick out an average helicopter? Why didn't you pick out an average yacht? Why didn't you go pick out an average workout facility? Why didn't you go pick out an average stadium? You didn't need to have the roof to let open up with the biggest monitor in the world to put in an average coach. There's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. We need to change our approach to this game. We need to have somebody that's going to be dynamic. Nobody is going to sit back here saying that, hey, we still learning. Nobody that's going to sit back and say, hey, there's miscommunication. For 3 weeks in a row, we had some issues with miscommunication for the nation. Louise, really appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to you all that's watching this show or watching this channel. Thank those who support this thing. Thank those who became sponsors as well. Where do you guys want me to lie and say? Where do you guys want me to say now? He doesn't care. He only cares about revenue. That's all it's been about for us for 10 years. This is from Salam. Yeah, shout out to you, Salam. JP, fire Jason Garrett, hire a coach that knows what he's doing in the game situation. Why we stopping the run? Huh? Is it Banks? I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. We can't polish a turd. This is from Williams. But you know what? Here's the thing. Well, and this TKG thoughts on tripping. My thing is, the NFL can walk all over Jason Garrett. See, if you had a coach, a person who don't care about fines, who don't care about riling up the media, coach should need to go out there and say, hey, I'm going to put some fine money on the line, and I'm going to call the NFL out. I think that right now, Coach Jason Garrett in his press conference at 6 o'clock need to say, hey, there was some bullshit calls. I'm trying to keep it PG-13 if everybody know what I mean. Shout out to your mama if you're watching this show. But here's the thing. Jason Garrett deserved to get like a fine for this. He need to call out the media. He need to say, hey, the NFL with these bogus calls. Matter of fact, Jerry Jones need to tell Jason Garrett, hey, I'm going to pay these fines real quick. But I can't talk it because then it's going to be something that's going to be paraded throughout the media about me versus my counterpart, my guy Roger Goodell, who I try to take $45 million from, you see. And we're going to push this out throughout the media for weeks and weeks and ongoing. But Jason Garrett can. Jason Garrett can go to this press conference and get these fines. Don't you guys want to hear something like that? Don't you guys know that can change this thing around? We can demand for some type of results. Everybody have reasonings, but results are what matter. I'm tired of us being average at best. I'm tired of us being in a situation where it's not the big blowouts, loses that we get, and we look at it and say, all right, this is a horrible coaching. It's the small, tight games that we lose that gets on my nerves. It gets at me, you see? I don't know about you all, but I demand excellency. Because here's the thing. Because when we look at it like this, and we gotta look at the full picture, this team is too talented to be anywhere near 500. It's time for us to turn this thing up. Yes, indeed. It's time for us to really, really be mad and be aggressive. Change this thing. Stop being, nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. And anybody saying, okay, law, just relax. Everything is going to be, we've been relaxing for 10 years. We've been relaxing. We've been on relax mode, just chilling. Not challenging nobody. There's a thing called respect in the NFL that you have to earn. But then again, there's a thing called respect where they give you the, hey, you know what? Maybe coach was right. When you tip the hand off to the refs and say, hey, this guy's a little holding when he's at the top of his route. Or hey, when he's shooting through the gap, he's sticking his legs out. The officials looking at it like, you know what? You're right. TKG said it's at least the Eagles lost. Here's the thing. Yeah, the Eagles lost, and I don't even care what the Eagles are doing. I don't care about the Washington Redskins. I don't care about the Giants. Last I checked, we are the mighty Dallas Cowboys. Last I checked, we should be able to dominate our opposition. Last I checked, we shouldn't be looking at it like, oh, we finna play against the Patriots. Oh, they should be feeling that way about us. We need to enter these games boldly. We need to be walking around saying that we are the Dallas Cowboys. We don't need to be fiddle-faddling around and giving respect to teams that's better than us, supposedly on paper. We need to let them know that we are the Dallas Cowboys. But somehow along the way, between Jimmy Johnson and this coach, Jason Garrett, that we lost the fighting spirit of the Dallas Cowboys. We lost that edge. We lost the exuberance. We lost the spontaneity. We lost that thing, what we call that we supposed to be greatness. We live in the United States of America. Can you imagine when the Olympics come around and the United States of America say, oh, we can't compete because the Jamaican team can run so fast? Can you imagine when you put all of the greatest teams and orchestrate them around each other, that we look at the other states and we look at the other countries and we say to ourselves, oh, We need to watch out for Germany. We need to watch out for these other teams, South Africa and these sorts of things. No, we United States of America. When has it became such a comfortable situation to say we need to have other teams to lose in order for us to get to the playoff? Huh? When have it been a situation where we have to look at ourselves and say we're not worthy of this situation? Why is this our mentality? Huh? Yeah, so Cowboy Nation, this is what I'm trying to say collectively. We need to change our approach to the game. We need to speak dominance. We need to have ourselves in these type of parameters of thoughts saying that, hey, we are unstoppable. We gonna destroy the opposition. We need to be instilled into everybody's mindset and mental capacity. And also we need to have better preparation. If you got all of the resources in the world, we got all of the state-of-the-art stadium, the state-of-the-art workout facilities, and we playing under state-of-the-art situations, underperforming, underachieving. Against 500 teams, we are 0-4. We can beat teams that's below 500, but when we crumble and fall when we get to teams that's winning percentages, and it can only be by a few points. But coaching do matter. I go back and I say to a lot of people, what happened against the Golden State Warriors when they had Mark Jackson? Do you guys believe that Mark Jackson, whoever that coach was down there in Golden State, I know it's a different type of sport. Do you think that he would have went on that run? Do you think that he would have pulled resources together and the light would have finally clicked on for him? It didn't work out for him, right? I think the Raptors, they got rid of their head coach and got another guy. Of course, they made some moves, won a championship. Sometimes you got to do things going against the grain to make things happen. Now, for those who out there who like to take my words and twist them, I'm not saying you fire a coach while we above 500 right now. I'm not saying you fire Jason Garrett at this pivotal point of the season. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that right now, at the end of the year, when we have to look at everything of the evaluation for the nation, we have to take it from these points and say to ourselves, it's been 10 years. Matter of fact, you can win 5 Super Bowls in a row after you leave. But right now, the reality and the historical data and everything that we can look at does not support that theory or that thought. We thank you for your services, but we'll be moving on from you right now. It happen all the time in businesses. It does. Jason Garrett, hey, this is your final straw. And I do know that people say, well, Law, you're overreacting. You buying into the narrative. I'm not purchasing none of this stuff. I'm just giving you guys facts. The truth is the hardest pill to swallow. And on top of that, we need to stop falling in love with players. Although we love these guys out here running around, reliable, Sean Lees of the world. Hey, we love what Jeff Heath is able to do, throwing his shoulder out of the place, tackling out in space, which is wonderful. But player evaluation is 365. Not saying that Xavier Woods can't tackle. Not saying that Cheeto Awuzie need to go. Law saying that, hey, he's throwing all of these players out of the building. He just want to fire sell everybody. We are 6-5. We number 1 in our division. We this and we that. But what I'm trying to lament to everybody is that we need to have somebody that can truly evaluate these players and push these players up to the level that they're supposed to be. Right now in 2019, the only players that's playing out of this draft is really Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is the only person that's playing out of this 2019 draft. And then on top of that, Cowboy Nation, I know the truth hurts. On top of that, yes, the trade acquisition for Amari Cooper was great, wonderful. But we don't know what we got out of Tristan Hill. We don't know what Connor McGovern is going to do. We don't know what the other guys are going to do that's sitting around, that's on the practice squads and beyond. All we got is Tony Pollard. And the Cowboys don't know how to utilize 2 running back sets still. I don't know about this team. I don't know. But what I can say this right here, Cowboy Nation, is that we got to have some firm evaluations. Football is about a game of inches. Shout out to you, Joseph. Really appreciate you tuning in. Football is about a game of inches, and it only takes one or two mishaps on plays for this thing to occur, and for us to look at it from the opposite side and say, man, we were close but no cigar. We played against a team that's a direct reflection of us. The New England Patriots, the glory, the glow, and all those things. The weather conditions was the exact same weather condition for both teams. One was prepared, the other team was not prepared. One made excuses of the simple fact that it was raining, that you can't kick against the wind and you can't kick towards the wind. One executed without any excuses. One could not pass at all, got a short area of the field, able to do one play to get into the money zone, green zone. One was not. Their kicker missed kicks, our kicker missed kicks. But it's a direct reflection of the total sum. But however, we feel comfortable saying that, you know what, law, everything's going to shake loose and you're going to be wrong. And people are so scared to be wrong that they rather lie to kick it and say everything is going to be all right. Hey, and I'm the one that's telling you, hey, you got to extract that tooth. You got to remove that tooth. You haven't saved up enough money. Remember my analogy with the tooth situation. Yes, the pain is there. You haven't saved up enough money to be able to get or afford the root canal. So now you got to suffer through the consequences. You got to extract the tooth. Now you got a gaping hole in your mouth. It is what it is. People rather say, okay, you don't need gum. Your breath is just kicking it. And they rather, this is what the Cowboys fans do collectively. They smell the person with the bad breath and they say, damn, this brother got bad breath. They mentally saying it, but they never call it out. They get in their car, they drive, they go tell all of their friends, man, Johnny got some bad breath. Dang it, that Johnny bad breath, boy, light me up, making me cry. But they refuse to tell Johnny to his face, hey, man, your breath stink, bro. You need to go get you a mint. Hey, man, have you ever heard of flossing? Have you ever heard of goggling some you know what I'm saying, something to get rid of that deal? I got a dentist for you. But the Cowboy fans collectively, I'm not talking about you all that's here, but we smell this bad breath. We see where it's coming from, but we say, oh, Johnny, man, was good, man. And we just soaking it in because we are too scared of a fan base to call him out. The media is too scared to call out the coaching. The media, the fan base, everybody is scared because what they do, this is what they do. Jerry Jones throw this big, massive party every year. And they're scared to be alienated. They're scared that Jerry Jones will refuse to say, hey, you welcome back to this party. Because we didn't call out the flaws of this team. And the fan base too. Because what happened here is we so enamored about the mega stadium. It's like a theme park. When you get there, you forget all about the worries and the woes and the long lines. You get there to Texas Stadium that's located in Arlington. Everybody love Arlington Stadium, but the people that's in the surrounding areas, they don't love it because the taxes are out there, the property taxes, they fed up with it. And then on top of that, when you're not winning, it's kind of crazy. But neither here nor there. The road infrastructures are really bad out there in Arlington. You always got to buy new tires. You get in the pothole here, left and right. Got this beautiful stadium, horrible road to get there, and long lines of parking. Horrible. But you get there, and once you get inside, all of your worries goes away because you're extracted. You're extracted by the big TV. You're extracted by the wonderful stands. You're distracted by all of these things. You distractions just everywhere. Smoke and mirrors. Jerry Jones, the ultimate salesman. It became more about selling merchandise than it opposed to winning teams, to winning games. And then on top of that, about 15 to 20 miles away from the stadium, you got the Star in Frisco. When you get a chance to go down there to the Star in Frisco, you're not worried about the coaching decision because you're gonna be enamored by the beauty. You see. But the focus and the concentration will still be off. That's how wonderful this team is. We focus more on the small things than the important things. The star in Frisco, not in Frisco, Bob Money. Shout out to you. You can talk some noise now. Bob Money for 3 years. This is why I respect Bob Money. That's why I tell the moderators, don't kick him out of the party. Because Bob Money been keeping the same energy for 3 years. He literally been following my page for 3 years. If anybody don't know, Bob Money is a 49er fan. And he never wavered, he never shifted or anything like that. He continued to talk noise. And shout out to him. Shout out to Bob Money, man. Shout out to your team, because I can't stand the Green Bay Packers and I can't stand the 49ers. So it was like, dang if they do, dang if they don't. But shout out to you all, man. Bob Money, shout out to you, man. All right, Cowboy Nation, that's enough time for me praising Bob Money and other teams. But we'll see how these next few games goes around. And we see how this team can maybe, just maybe. My only hope, my last hope would be this right here. Shout out to you, Q. My last hope would be this before I go. Just maybe, if the Cowboys can look at this and approach to the game and say, you know what? If we stop shooting ourselves in the foot, we don't lose by 4 points against the mighty Patriots. Maybe they can utilize that as a momentum cry. The other thing is, last night on the post-game show, Brian Broader, shout out to him, and Ari Temkin, shout out to them, follow their YouTube pages. He was saying, what is the identity of this Dallas Cowboys team? I want you all to put that down. The identity of this Dallas Cowboys team. Are they mentally tough? And I back and I kind of rubbed on my beard. And I looked at it like this, and I said, I didn't say mirror, mirror on the wall, who had the best beard of them all. I didn't say that. But I did say about this team. I said, you know what, Cowboy Nation? What is the mental capacity of this team? I had to think, and I thought, and I kept on thinking. This team do have this one little thing that I got to say this. They do have a level of resiliency. The level of resiliency is second to none, because the moment we know that we are mathematically eliminated if we lose one game, we begin to play differently, and that's our only battle cry. We have to win in spite of what the coaching staff doing. All of a sudden, the greatness of the players rise up to the occasion, and they say, you know what? If we lose this game, we mathematically eliminated. Then we see a different brand of the Dallas Cowboys. So hopefully, well, until we get to the playoff, hopefully, just hopefully, we can get to that pivotal point and we can show our level of resiliency. That's my only hope. And then we can get to the dance and we can also figure out ways to win in spite of. That's what Troy Aikman had to do with Barry Switzer, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That's what he had to do. So hopefully we can find those ways. That's been my time. I really appreciate you all. Shout out to you all that's been following this page. Share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to Beard Gang. Shout out to all of those sponsors there. Appreciate you all. Let's go.